The engagement between singer Ariana Grande and SNL performer Pete Davidson
Don't
has
say it.
ended,
Don't
everybody.
say it.
It's a rapture. It took off when they made their relationship official on Instagram back in May and quickly got engaged in June. Are you guys surprised that this one is no longer?
I don't know if I could say I'm shocked, but I'm definitely
You're
annoyed
shocked.
and I'm bummed out. I guess
Really?
I'm shocked at how soon it happened. There we go.
You know, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, they really took us on that journey with them, right?
Yeah, they
did.
did.
The tattoos, all the appearances. Her song or her interlude on her album is called Pete Davidson. That is going to exist forever, even after this relationship. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm that surprised when I think the news of Mac Miller broke. You know, she was with him for so much longer than she was with Pete Davidson. I was kind of like, okay, the relationship with Pete is probably not
That's
gonna last.
exactly, and I didn't want to take it to a darker side, but I do believe when Mac Miller, which was a tragedy, when he passed away, I knew that was going to directly impact their relationship because it was this fun thing. It was, is it real? Is it not? They were so playful. They were so loose. They were so in the public eye. And then everything obviously took a more somber turn for her in her life, and I think they lost that electricity that everyone's like, well, he's not the best looking guy, but they seem happy. And I think once that happiness eroded because of what she was going through, I think he had no place. But also I think his approach to it, I bet he wasn't exactly finessing the situation. He doesn't seem like that person to lean on during that time. He's probably about himself a little bit.
I'm going to pull a Jordan here. I'm going to be the conspiracy theorist.
Oh, no
here.
doubt, right? I'm with you.
I think, you know, they talked about, we've had celebrities come in here and talk about how other celebrities get together and it's just all for show.
And you know who benefited on this one.
And sometimes they're writing a check in order to do it. We have had other celebrities here confirm that. So I think, I don't know, I think this engagement, it was all on purpose. It was all lived out loud on purpose. And here we are.
Yeah, but look who enjoyed the biggest comeuppance from this one is without question Pete Davidson.
He definitely benefited.
If you've watched, but she's already had it. If you watch SNL the last 3 weeks, it has been featuring prominently this guy Pete Davidson, who was hardly on it in years prior. So if he got what he needed out of it, good for you, my friend. Keep it moving, but keep that momentum going, right?
Yeah.
On to the next Hollywood starlet for Pete Davidson. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing. Probably won't hear much there.
Jordan.
This next one had me captivated all weekend. I believe you were pretty into this one too.
Yeah.
Drake making some news. Are you a Drake fan, Carly?
I'm a Drake fan. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like over the top, but yeah, I like it. I enjoy some jams. I like the dance. Kiki.
Okay, there we go. So Drake
Does that explain it?
That covers it. You're a fan. So Drake revealed on LeBron James' show, The Shop, which is getting a lot of buzz. It's really a highly acclaimed show. Drake revealed how excited he is about being a single father, something a lot of people are critical of, and talking about his one-year-old son, Adonis. He went on to say that he needs to project positive energy and shares unconditional love for the mother of his child. So Adonis can see that at an early age. So it seems like this whole thing was being handled despite how it was broke by Pusha T during that rap beef. It sounds like Drake's been on his stuff here. He was very candid about a lot, even his relationship with Kanye West and how he feels like Kanye manipulated him and played him, so to speak. What was your takeaway? Because Drake's not looking in the best light necessarily.
Yeah, well, we'll focus on this fatherhood thing first. I think it is cool, and I think it's good, a positive thing that he seems to be coming around. And I hear that for fathers, sometimes it takes them a little bit more time to like accept the fact, you have your own redemption story, and you're great.
Not proud of it, but yes.
Yeah, but it's a part of your story, and like I feel like we're seeing this. I'm hoping we're seeing this with him being his redemption and his fatherhood, and just I've heard that it takes guys a little bit longer sometimes to come around.
Yeah, and you know, you make a great point there, Felicia, it's easy to lambast a guy and rake him over the hot coals initially. Some guys are right away, do what needs to be done and never look back and continue on that right path. Some people need to be prodded. I commend Drake for handling his business. It's never too late. And I mean, he's got a 1-year-old, so he's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I can relate to Drake in the regards to I didn't feel like I handled it properly when I found out I was going to be having a child. I was very young, I was very immature, and I had to grow into the role. It sounds like Drake is aware that he has some shortcomings, and maybe this being brought to light will help him become an even more active father. I hope so.
It's cool to see him open up just about all the aspects of it, too. You know, he talked about telling his mom, and he was like, my mom had, you know, a close relationship with other women that I've dated, cheated. And so he was like nervous to tell her because he was like, I know it's going to be heartbreaking to her that it's somebody that she's never met before. But I mean, I think him talking about that, it makes him all the more relatable, and it sets a good example for guys that like it is never too late, like you said.
Is there a part of you that thinks it's maybe smoke and mirrors with Drake?
What? Jordan, I'm the conspiracy theorist today.
I just wonder like how much of what Drake's saying is true and how much of it's like the cameras are on, I want to put on this facade. I mean, because when the story came out, he hadn't been talking about his child.
Yeah.
He denied having a child.
I'm shocked
That's
it's
not the
been
best look.
so long. You're telling me this baby is a year? So it's been at least 2-3 months when we first broke this story that he had a child. And I was even questioning whether or not it was real. I'm just shocked that we hadn't heard anything.
Yeah.
It felt like he wanted to continue to portray this playboy, free-flowing, could do whatever he wanted lifestyle, and this child would have hindered that. And so I don't know if
but
it was,
the child probably came from that.
Yeah, exactly. So Drake, it seems like he's spinning this thing positive, and he's going to continue on with fatherhood.
Yeah.
And hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Continue to do that.
Yeah.
No
It's
arguments
never
here.
too late.
The British couple may have had too much to drink on their honeymoon when they purchased the hotel that they're staying at. Felicia, is this story you would tell me
It actually sounds like something that would happen to me.
Well, they learned that the lease was up at the hotel they were staying at their honeymoon, and the cost to obtain the lease was approximately $40,000 over 3 years. They went ahead and pulled the trigger. This is definitely an impulse buy.
I love it.
Do you guys respect this move, and what's an impulse buy of your own?
I mean, for the land alone, that seems like a steal of a deal,
Yeah, right?
Go get it.
It sounds like it was a sensible deal, not so
Yeah.
much a drunken decision.
This is an investment. My husband, he pushes us to, we push each other to invest big and to go for your dreams and to go for all of the out-of-the-box ideas. Totally for it. So, of course, I'm on the junior level right now, but I'm working on my investments. I'll say
Hotels up next.
the impulse buy that comes out of my head. I woke up one day and I was like, I'm going to buy a guitar and I'm going to be a guitar player. I went and bought this like $200 guitar. Didn't even think about it. I was just going to be my own little Taylor Swift in my one-bedroom apartment.
Are you going to sing country music
Girl,
first?
that
before pop?
lasted.
This was a Joplin, Missouri purchase when you were out there by yourself and a little lonely.
This lasted for like 2 months, like a month and a half, and then I was on to the next thing.
Tennis shoes for me. I'm definitely
Really?
tennis shoes. I got into that in the
What's
last
the
couple
most
years.
expensive pair you buy? Give us a number.
I'm not comfortable sharing
Give
that.
us a number.
Nah, wait, I'll say
Over
this.
$1,000.
No.
Okay.
$50.
Way too much. Definitely not even close to $1,000.
Okay,
but I've
good,
become a sneakerhead
good.
in the last couple of years. That's my thing. I
Okay.
watch my fiance spend money on purses, spend money on shoes. I was like, I'm gonna get an expensive thing that I want to waste money on, and it's become shoes.
I have like 3 pairs of sneakers, and I started calling myself a sneakerhead because I never used to wear them before. No, I bought some. I was in Tokyo for a trip, and I like was walking around Harajuku, and I really wanted to be a part of the city. I was like, I want to keep this in my heart after I leave. So I ended up buying some weird stuff. I got like a tutu, and I got this weird bright blue puffy vest, and I just always looked at it in my closet like, I should wear this, but I just don't want to.
Sounds like you got your
Totally
outfit
wear
for
it.
tomorrow.
Impulse buy.
Now's your time to wear it.
Perfect.
Tuesday's show.
On the
Perfect.
gym. Tuesday's your day.
Yay, impulse buys.